Bushy. 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 Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. You can see a nice little view of my room. Welcome into my room. Trying to figure out these settings. Why can't I have a background? Is there any way you can create a background for, I don't want you to see my room. It's just kind of a mess. It's not a good look, you know? It's not professional. Well, fuck professional. But you know, you get that 1%, and then you get 2, then you get 3, then you get 4, then you get 5, so on and so forth. Welcome, welcome. So, just so you know, this is my first live stream, and I am still trying to figure everything out, but super easy so far. I just want to change the background. I'm sure people don't want to be looking at my room, my drawer, my bed. But that little sexy beast right there is my PlayStation. So that thing right there, I'll kill somebody over it. But I don't know how to do the background. I'm fairly entertaining, but I'm only entertaining with interaction. So I'm more of like a person that reacts based on interaction. If you want to talk about AMC, what I see is very nefarious, very illicit, lots of backdoor dealings with, I don't care if I get in trouble. I don't even make money on YouTube, so demonetize what? But I've been trading for a little, about a year and a half, and never really seen what I've seen on AMC. Normal price action, looks like this, AMC's like this. You stair step, you get up, and then boom, you get shot down, come up, you climb up, boom, shot down, boom, boom. What they do is they load up on all these shares, they borrow shares, and then they dump them onto the market. They short sell onto the market. So what that is when they short sell 10 million shares in a day, it's going to drop the price. It's going to get people to panic sell. It's very nefarious. In my opinion, it's very nefarious. Where you have these short sellers, Citadel, that takes tens of millions of shares, not counting dark pool stuff. That's dark pool's legal, but it's still kind of one of those frowned upon things. You take, millions of shares and dump them onto the market, suppress the price, and then, I assume they suppress the price enough, they buy them back. Buy them at a discount, return them back to the broker. Either way, they're using algo trading. My girl, it's my girl. I just decided to do this because I'm so pissed off at what's going on. And felt like explaining my opinion, period. I've got one person in here, but it's a start. LOL, period. Love you. Bye. Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, America, right? Freedom and fairness. The goods are supposed to cost. You're not going to pay fucking $40 for a gallon of gas. you know, you got to have the free and fair market work. Stock market's supposed to be free and fair, but it's anything but. It's a way for it's just a way for them to steal from us at the end of the day. Using their tactics, analytics, artificial intelligence. It's a way for them to drop the hammer on us. To make a retail panic, make us sell. We sell out of our positions. The price drops. They come in behind us, scoop up the positions, and they ride it on the way up. We don't get a fair shake. We're competing against supercomputers that are algorithmic. They trade based on human behavior and algorithms and how we interact. They trade based on that. So they drop they're always collecting data based on what we do. Citadel Securities is the market maker and the hedge fund and AMC stock. So what does that mean? It means they control everything with computers, AI, machine learning, understanding how people interact with certain price action, and being able to manipulate us out of our money, period. I mean, let's just see. What is a market maker? Market maker definition. Market maker bids, known as ask, along with the market size of each. So these are not active investors. These are people that control liquidity. So what is a hedge fund? What is a hedge fund? Okay. Hedge funds are alternative investments using pooled funds to employ different strategies to earn active returns or alpha for their investors. So a hedge fund and a market maker in AMC stock is Citadel. So not only do they quote two-sided markets, buying and selling, right? Bids and ask, along with market size of each, but they also employ methods to get returns for their investors, so they control the price. If that didn't raise any red flags, I don't know what will. you know? So big fuck you to King Griffith. If he's out there, if that's you, Ken, think you're the biggest crook, Bernie Madoff type, maybe even bigger. You're stealing from, you ain't stealing from me, motherfucker, because I ain't selling. I'm up $30,000 and I'm still not selling. So you can go fuck yourself. I turned off the age restriction, so I'm good there. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? You can be the hedge fund and the market maker in the same pool of AMC. It's like being the player and the coach. That's bullshit. How can you be a player and a coach? Oh no, that was a strike, coach. You can be a market maker and a hedge fund. Player, coach, player, coach, player, coach. Retail investor, I'm going to steal your money. I'm going to drop the price, get you to panic sell, collect the profits, maybe cover a couple of short positions. If we don't win this fight, we got to take it to the street. I ain't talking about shooting nobody or nothing, but I'm talking about taking it to the street, protesting around the headquarters. Because that ain't right. It's not right. And I'm gonna do this for all right. So I assume my participant is a robot, which is unfortunate and heartbreaking because I thought I had a real person. If you are a real person, just type something in the comment section or the whatever it is, like box or whatever. I love interaction. I'll take any questions. If you think you're like a platypus or something, I'll not going to convince you that you're not a platypus, but I may try to maybe look at it this way. Maybe you're not a platypus. Maybe you are. Now imagine if I had 50,000 people in here. I'd be overwhelmed. I'd be like, ooh. I'd be a little worried. AMC is currently down another 0.44% in after hours trading. We've had a bit of a sell-off this week. Sentiment is down a bit. But I'm still enthusiastic about the movement. I believe in the movement. Who wouldn't? It's Robin Hood shit. It's bullshit. You know, it's the biggest, these hedge funds. They have the media. They own some of the media. Citadel Securities, public enemy number one. Market Watch, telling you to go to TRC and all these other stocks, pumping up stocks, taking your money, stealing from you. They control the whole game. They buy calls on the way up. They buy shares. First, they buy the shares. Then they buy the call options. So they ride with the wave on the way up. So they're cashing in on the way up. Then, since they have shares, they sell those shares into the market, drop the price, get people to panic sell. Then they buy puts on the way down to capture more profits. Then they do it again and again and again, and the media tells you to invest into these companies, this company, and they do the same thing. They make millions of dollars doing it, and people are just, I ain't gonna say idiots. I follow this shit every day, but they fall for it all the time. They fall for it. And AMC and GME are the plays they're trying to get us away from. That means that we need to get toward it. You know what I mean? So if we want to defeat the enemy, they're telling us to go this way, this way, this way. Their media is owned by Citadel. So we do the opposite. They tell us stay away from AMC, stay away from AMC, stay away from AMC. But in reality, AMC and GameStop they're the ways we can hurt them. They need to be hurt. They're the elite stealing from us. The reason why they have so much money is because they've been stealing from us. Why do you think they have money? They're stealing from us. You wouldn't have money if you wasn't taking money from somewhere else. And the stock market is like buys and sells. You're winning and you're losing. You're winning and you're losing. So you stack the deck. You get retail investors. Oh, and by the way, Wall Street says we should be thankful that we have platforms to trade commission free. Well, they can steal from us better. It's all it is. It's all it is. It's all it is. It's a way for them to rob us. My girl's awesome. All right, so Fucking crooks. Selling off, selling off, selling off. There's no settings with YouTube. I want to like create a background. I don't want you to see my room. You know, YouTube's not a, you can't just share ideas freely, right? On YouTube either. So I assume that these big hedge funds have certain influence over Citadel as well. Would not be surprised if we start getting close to the squeeze scenario, that YouTube starts shutting down other channels, suppressing information, and that's when it's time to go to war. So, I mean, how can you be a market maker and a hedge fund in the same stock? That's my question. So, a market maker is a firm or individual who actively quotes two sides, buys and sells, along with market size of each. So they coordinate the buyers and the sellers, provide liquidity to the market. Correct? So Citadel is a market maker, but they're also a hedge fund. Hedge fund. Hedge funds are alternative investments using pooled funds that employ different strategies to earn active returns. Okay, so you have the market maker who coordinates the buying and selling and the liquidity of the stock. Then you have the hedge fund who profits off of returns or, sell-offs or whatever from the stock. So you have them two. Citadel Securities is the hedge fund and the market maker. So they're playing both sides. So they're providing liquidity to the market, and they're also profiting, earn active returns for their investors. So they basically take a big amount of money and they're able to take that money and invest on, the company going up or down. So what do? They short the stock. They control the buying and selling of AMC stock, provide the liquidity, but they have short positions on AMC. Does that make you think the game is a little bit rigged? where they provide the liquidity, the buys and sells, coordination, and they have a huge short position on AMC, which means if the stock goes down, they make a lot of money. And they keep shorting the stock, by the way. When you short the stock, you sell into the market and you lower the price of the stock. And then what you do is you borrow the share to sell, and then you buy back the share at a lower price, and then you return it to the broker, which means you make the spread off the difference. So how can you be a hedge fund and a market maker in the same stock? You can be a player and a coach in the same game. It's baffling how you can be a player and a coach in the same game. You can be a hedge fund and a market maker in the same stock. AMC has a player and a coach in the same game. The hedge fund and the market maker is Citadel Securities and AMC. For people just tuning in, a market maker provides liquidity, who quotes buys and sells of the security, right? And the market size, things of that nature. Then the hedge fund employs strategies to earn returns on that said security. So how can you have somebody that provides the buys and sells, coordinates all that, and the buys, the size of that, and then having the same party profit off of that said security? Controls the liquidity. The market maker controls the liquidity back and forth, buys and sells, the sizes, and then the hedge fund makes profit off that. They're the same people. Citadel Securities is the same party. They're the market maker and the hedge fund. So how does that work? How does that make sense in any world? It's like you can be a player and a coach in the same ball game. Oh, you're playing XYZ team, but you're going to be, calling balls and strikes. How's that even? What? I mean, you can be a hedge fund and a market maker in the same stock. Like, I'm sorry, that's corruption. Then they use artificial intelligence, machine learning, predictive type technology to be able to simulate sell-offs, to get retail investors to dump, sell, and then they steal from them. Stealing from retail investors is what Citadel and like parties. I know Citadel, I don't throw that around lightly, but they steal from retail investors, and they've done this through the collusion of media and other sorts of propaganda. They'll take an article where I guarantee you that the people in Citadel have writers that send them copies. Hey, Market Watch, put this out. We'll pay you whatever. They'll put out shit about AMC, how terrible it is, how terrible GameStop is, and those are only two plays, in my opinion, because that's where we're going to hurt them the most and change the whole game. Is GameStop and AMC. You know why? Because they keep trying to divert our attention. from both of those. So we change the game. We take over our stock market and we make money doing it. I've invested my life savings into AMC. I'm not saying it's not financial advice, but I've invested my life savings into AMC. And I have a little bit of Neo, but a couple grand. AMC, I put in about $500 more. And I'm already, if it tanks, I'll be living under a bridge. But what I'm saying is, it's really about fighting corruption. It's about fighting the system. To me it is anyway. Some people play it, swing trade it, whatever, day trade it. I don't fault anybody for making money, but if you want to have a free and a fair stock market, or a way for us to at least have a little slice of the pie, AMC and GameStop will hurt them the most, level the playing field the most. Sure, there's other high short stocks, whatever, but for some reason, they're trying to divert our attention from both of those stocks, and they're trying to separate us and fracture our group to focus on those other stocks that we're getting close to figuring out a way to really hurt them. If it goes to zero, I'm fucked. For a while, the AMC goes to $0 a share. Never will, but even if it goes to 10, I'm kind of screwed because it averaged up on the way up. But at the end of the day, I believe in the movement, and if I sell, I can sell for $25,000 in profit, $30,000. I've thought about it. Thought about it yesterday. But I'd be selling my soul to the devil, because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a way for these big corporations and institutions to steal money from hardworking Americans. Or you take the other approach and invest into a mutual fund or a hedge fund, and you get 0.001. I mean, you get small returns on your investment. I would rather control my own portfolio, but the portfolio is controlled by them, if that makes sense. So they control your portfolio, but it's in a big group of people, kind of like the mortgage-backed security peoples in 2008, where they crashed the market, Lehman Brothers, Yeah, they provide returns for their clients, but at what cost? The cost of the entire economy. That's what these motherfuckers at Citadel are doing. They're the player and the coach, the hedge fund and the market maker. They're providing the liquidity for the transactions using computers, high frequency trading to provide the liquidity back and forth in the market. And they're also able to capture the profits on that due to active returns. And it's just SEC. Hello. I called them today. I emailed them. How can you have a market maker and a hedge fund in the same stock? It's a player and a coach in the same game. A player and a coach in the same game. Imagine being Michael Jordan in a basketball game and having Michael Jordan's dad be the fucking referee. Or having Michael Jordan be the basketball player and Michael Jordan being the coach. Same fucking shit. I hate it. And I'll tell you what. You should hate it too. I can't stand idly by if somebody's getting beat up. If a woman's getting beat up, somebody with problems, my autistic brother, if he's getting beat up, I can't stand idly by. This movement is about so much more than that. It's about standing up for America. Corruption is rampant. These big Citadel's like the biggest security firm in the entire world. Okay, we're fighting a behemoth. Do I think we'll win? Probably not. If I'm being honest. And I'm asking myself a question, which nobody else is asking, because there's only one person in here. We probably won't win. Probably not. But at least it takes a spark to start the fire. It takes one single spark to start a fire. So I don't think we'll win. What I think we'll do is bring awareness to the cause. To me, AMC is different for everybody. Sometimes it's a day trade. Fuck them. Sometimes it's just, to me it's a swing trade, longer term swing trade, with the possibility of a short squeeze, which would end up making a lot of people a lot of money. Aside from that, for me, more personally, it's not about the money. It's about the fairness in the market. You can't have in the same game, right? I notice another viewer joined. But so Citadel Securities, an AMC stock, is both the market maker and the hedge fund. So, long story short, the player and the coach in the game. Market maker provides liquidity to the stock, facilitates the bids and the asks, the buys and the sells, provides that liquidity. And the hedge fund, somebody outside of that, buy and sell, but they're more on the side of profiting from buys and sells, shorts and longs, calls and puts. If you understand the terminology. So they provide the liquidity, the market makers, the hedge funds capitalize on the buys and sells, right? So the hedge funds employ strategies to earn active returns. So essentially means they provide the liquidity for the buys and ask. And they're also the hedge fund, which earns active returns for their investors to profit on whatever security, AMC. They're both the hedge fund and the market maker, the player and the coach. Like, how can that be, right? The only real explanation is they're all sleeping together. They're all sleeping together. The SEC, I'll cover my eyes. I'll make these rules. I'll make these rules to make you feel better, but I'm not gonna enforce them. No, because I'm getting paid off by these hedge funds. Citadel. Citadel. That's just ridiculous. Any feedback or questions? So this is my first stream. So I'm really trying to engage with my audience. Drink a few beers, have a good time. And I'm a dipper. Anybody have any thoughts on that? It's kind of some deep shit, right? You know, you have the hedge funds and the market makers playing in the same game, right? AMC stock. The same game. The player and the coach, right? The player wants to win the game. The coach is supposed to officiate the game. So the market maker is someone who provides liquidity to the market, which means they are someone supposed to be unbiased. They provide the liquidity of the market, the buys and the asks, the buys and the sells, the bids and the asks, the buys and the sells. You know, they're supposed to be sort of the person with the money that provides the transactions. Then you have the hedge fund, which is someone that earns active returns on behalf of their investors. And they're playing in the same stock. AMC. They're both, Citadel Securities is both the hedge fund and the market maker. So they're providing that liquidity back and forth between the bids and the asks, the buys and the sells. And they're also profiting from that. From their, you know, you invest in a 401k, right? It's managed by a hedge fund, likely. Or someone similar, like Mutual Omaha, you know, Charles Schwab, whatever. So that's like a hedge fund. But they're also the market maker, which begs the question, they're profiting on the buys and sells of the security, but they also control the buys and the sells and the liquidity of that security. So how is it that the player can also be not the coach, but the referee, or the umpire of the game. So they control everything. They control the liquidity, and they profit off of the buys and they ask. They see the order books before we do. They understand what buys are coming in, what sales are coming in, and they take all the shares that they purchase off dark pools and regular short sales. So when they short a stock, they say, okay, AMC is going to go down from the current price or go down from the price that we bet against AMC essentially, right? Or any other security. So let's say I take out a short position $10, which is where most short positions are. It's $10 from Citadel. So we go up to 50, right? They're underwater 500%. So that means it's in their best interest to make money for their clients. It's in their best interest to try to suppress the price or drive it down. Drive it down below where we're at now, so that way they can become profitable at their $10 strike. What do? They employ tactics. Short ladder attacks, which means they buy a bunch of short shares, which means they sell them into the market, into AMC stock. They try their best to drop the price as low as they can to get people to sell that security, drive the price low as possible, keep shorting. Shorting is basically them saying that the price is gonna, they profit on the price going down, so they keep shorting. They borrow shares, sell them into the market, borrow shares, sell them into the market, drop the price down with their attacks, short ladder attacks, and they get people to panic sell. It's like they have an unlimited amount of funds, not unlimited, but a lot of funds to do that. Talking about almost $1 trillion. We cost them about 12 billion. But what is that to hundreds of billions? Yes. Maybe like a speeding ticket, but it's a ding, at least it's a ding. Like these other hedge funds, we bankrupt them. Like GameStop bankrupted this hedge fund from London, but they were not even $1 billion hedge fund. They were a lot smaller. And they went belly up, but what happens to the big dog? They can fight this fight for probably until I die, like every day they lose millions of dollars, but who gives a shit? To them, it's like, it's not much. I gotta take a bathroom break, but I'll be back. My girl's the most amazing woman in the world. I don't know if she's on here, but she is. She's always interested in me, seeing stream on video games, act like a jackass. She's great. She's the best. So I know everything is going to sound repetitive. There's a couple of new people that just got into the stream. We are literally fighting in my opinion, a war, a class warfare. I wish more people knew exactly the stakes that we're up against, because the stock market, in my opinion, is the best way to make wealth in American history. You can make a ton of wealth. I've made some, I've lost some. Overall, I've made some, but it's rigged. The entire system is rigged. It's rigged against us. The retail investor has been stolen from, since I've been in the stock market, at least. If you invest into Microsoft or Apple or, a dividend fund, ETF, you're good. You don't have to worry about the ebbs and flows. You'll make money. But if you're starting to venture out and try to control your own destiny, then sometimes that destiny is being taken and robbed from you. For example, like AMC stock. I've seen really a gross misconduct of morals. It's a legal way. It's a legal way for them to steal from us, in my opinion. If you are an AMC investor, you probably know this already. The hedge fund Citadel is also a market maker. So a market maker is kind of like this, it's being like, if you're in a baseball game, it's being the umpire and the player at the same time. The SEC is supposed to be, the umpire, though. It's bought and paid for, I'm telling you. Market maker. Okay, market maker is a firm or an individual who actively quotes two-sided markets, buys and sells of the security, right? So they provide the liquidity, the buys and the sells. The hedge fund, okay, they ensure returns on their investment from people that are invested with the hedge fund. Like, if you have a managed investment strategy, like, let's say you say, I want you to manage my portfolio, yada, 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 kind of deal. They provide the returns for their clients, which is what they want us to all do, by the way. They don't want us to manage our own stuff. Because it's dangerous. Just like Facebook doesn't want us to share our opinions. Censorship. So the hedge funds profit on the buys and sells, right? So they have positions in both the buys and sell side of a security. Like, say, for example, AMC, they have, they make money on when AMC gets traded back and forth, buys and sells, calls and puts, They make money on the liquidity of AMC. but they also are the people controlling that liquidity. So, the market maker who provides quotes, right? Buys and sells, provides quotes. AMC is worth this. I want to buy it for this. I want to sell it for this. But they also are the hedge fund, which means they try to earn profits for their investors, which means they also make money on the buys and sells, but they provide the buys and sells. It's like me being a player and a coach, or me being a player in a baseball game and being the coach of that baseball game. Okay. So aside from that, what I've seen in AMC stock is criminal. And I don't throw that around lightly. Notice how I paused. Before I said criminal. But it's criminal. What they do. If you look at, I've looked at AMC stock every day, every single day since January, really. I almost sold my stock today because I'm like, this is not a winnable game. You're fighting against, you're playing a baseball game where the umpire hates you. He hates you. How can you win a game that the umpire hates you? Unless you have something else, SEC coming in, doing something about it. It's just a legal gray area there. A legal way for them to steal from us, retail investors. Because guess what? They want us to invest into the 401ks and all the funds they manage and keep the retail investor out of it because they don't know what they're doing. Bullshit. We know better than they do. Their computers, their algorithms. We actually make more money managing our own shit than they do managing it for us. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's not their money, it's our money. I'd rather manage my own money than having some big hedge fund manage my shit. And that's, what they want us to do is to give our money to them. Because they take a little slice off the top, they manage it for us, but they take their cut. Fucking, it's a joke. It's really a joke. So that's the movement. AMC stock is about taking power back from these big institutions and making it about the people. In order for us to do that, we have to band together. If we all come together, we can beat them. But if they use tactics like chat bots, AMC stock's going to tumble. You should sell AMC because of this. It's effective for sure, 100%. So they try to fracture our community, divide and conquer is the rule of the game, In order for you to beat an enemy, you got to infiltrate them from within, divide them, conquer them. Bits and pieces. You can't conquer an enemy when they're united. United together, divided we fall, right? It's the motto. So, how can you have an institution that's so powerful that they control the buys and the sells like a market maker, right? Market maker is supposed to be a little bit like impartial. So the market maker is supposed to be impartial, buys and sells, creates the liquidity to the trades, but they also profit off the trades. How is that fair? In what world is that fair? Where you can be a hedge fund and a market maker, Citadel Securities and AMC stock. How is that? How is that fair? It's like being a player and an umpire in the same game. So, guess what we're up against, and I might just be talking to my girlfriend here. She's the only. Hey, baby, Maria. It's my first stream. I'm glad you know how passionate I am at least. If that's not Maria, then welcome. But some guy in his basement talking about stocks might not be the best content in the world, but I want to talk from my head and my heart, mostly my heart, because this whole system is fucked up. It's rigged against us. I'm not here to throw a pity party, but if you do have any investment into AMC stock, especially when it comes to relating to a short squeeze, I was invested in AMC back in January. I've seen the $5 days. I've seen the 14. Oh, we break 14.50. We're gonna go straight up. We went up. Then that Adam Aaron guy dropped the hammer on us with a share offering, dropped us down. He screwed everything up. We were knocking on the damn door. Retail investors were pushing. It was like a bright Black Friday sale. The new PlayStation drops. Black Friday. Everybody's running through the doors. They couldn't control us. Then Adam Aaron, CEO, AMC, did the share offering. We plunged and then we recovered. Then we're going through a downtrend right now, but I hope we recover. I don't know. We might plunge. I'm buying on the dips and I'm not selling on the rips. And I'm really hoping for at least a change in the overall climate of the entire stock market. Really a reform. Maybe I'm a piece of that puzzle, right? Millions of people are invested in AMC stocks. 4.1 million investors, retail investors. 4.1 million retail investors can't be wrong, in my opinion. We just got to have unity, right? Because they're trying to fracture us. If you realize what we're up against, right? We're up against a lot. Do I think we're going to win the battle? Probably not. Probably not. We're basically fighting Hitler back in his prime. Like we're fighting tyranny. In my opinion, financial tyranny in the stock market. We're fighting. You imagine playing a baseball game where the player and the coach are on the same team. the same person. The player and the coach is the same person. The hedge fund and the market maker is Citadel in AMC stock. So the hedge fund is the player, and the coach is also Citadel. My mouse would work, I'll tell you. So I know somebody else came in, but the market maker is somebody who quotes two sides, buys and sells, of a said security. They quote both sides and the market size, right? The hedge fund is somebody that profits off of buys and sells. They can profit off sales too, and buys, and play the same side. So you should be like, really? Like, how can you be the person that does the buys and the sells, creates the liquidity, the money between the buys and sells, and also the person that manages hedge fund that profits off that? How is that legal? How is that legal? Oh, and you also employ tactics like trading with algorithms to understand behavior of when people buy and sell. You use computers, supercomputers, to be able to program them based on human behavior. Oh, when I dump the stock, when I push the stock down, it gets X amount of people to sell, and play on. I mean, the guy said it in his interview. He actually said it. He said we program machine learning and artificial intelligence to understand human behavior and for us to position our no connection. Yeah, I have connection. Oh, they're shutting me down already. I only have one person in here. They're shutting me down. No, but they're employing strategies like machine learning and artificial intelligence as well, which means they're learning based on behavior. Like when I'm going to buy, when I'm going to sell, what prices. How can we win? We break that machine. That's how we win. We break the machine. And we break the machine by going against human emotion and pattern. That's how we break the machine. So when he wants us to sell, when his computer program says, oh, we drive the price down low enough, we get a certain amount of people to sell, we just buy the dip and hold. It breaks his whole machine because his machine is based on human emotion. I'll probably lose. I'd say AMC is just the start of the movement because this is bad. And, really no YouTuber is ever going to talk about this. I'm not even a YouTuber. This is my first stream. I got one person in here. Two people. But, this is a really precarious situation to where we can either give up our freedoms or we can fight back. And I have a lot of money on the line that I can't afford to lose, but I'm putting it in for the movement of AMC. And the movement is about fighting corruption and market manipulation and shit that other people won't talk about because they're worried about being demonetized. And, I'm here to fight the communist, communist in America. That's it. Facebooks and shit, fucking YouTube too. The platform I'm on right now. It's all bullshit. If I didn't have if I had 2,000, 20,000 people in here, I'd be shut down. No doubt about it. But I have two, so I'm under the radar. I don't give a shit. I hate the way this whole system is set up. Stock market, the government, everything. Everything is designed to keep us in running into the gerbil wheel. If we have too many good ideas, they shut us down. Oh yeah, don't go that way. Their platform's powerful enough to suppress any idea, and still stealing from us in the stock market for sure. Luckily I've so far, made money in the stock market, but I haven't cashed out of my AMC position. I have a good amount of profit in there, but fuck them. I'll keep it. I'll keep my profit. I'm going to keep buying. Maybe I'll go bankrupt. I don't know. Maybe they'll just like the hedge fund and the market makers, both Citadel, so they have the sway, power, and they have the media in their back pocket. Look at Market Watch, Citadel. Look at all these stock platforms. They're ran by the hedge funds. Funded. Money talks. My money talks too. If there's enough fucking people like me to bet that let's invest in AMC, write it up, the shorts will get squeezed if there's enough. Retail investors, the most powerful hedge fund in the entire world. If we band together, we can beat them, but it's going to take banding together. But they employ tactics, psychological warfare. People don't like losing money. So the psyop warfare is very effective, even against me. I'm like, damn, I was up 40 grand. Should thinking I should have cashed out, but you know what? I'm not cashing out because what's going to happen is they're going to profit off my shares that I sell into the market. I don't want them to get out of this, short squeeze. They'll probably figure out a way around it. They always do. I'm putting up a lot of my own money to fight it, but do I think we're going to win this battle? Probably not. But do I think eventually this is going to start something big? Yeah. People are not idiots. They call us dumb money, by the way. Dumb money. We're actually making more than them. Dumb money, my ass. So let's see how much money they've actually lost betting against the meme stocks. Wish I'm going to share my screen on this. 12 billion bucks. Hedge funds rethink tactics. Hedge funds rethink tactics after $12 billion hit. Short sellers on guard over risk of the day trader sprees contribute could trigger extinction level events. Okay, now I have to answer some shit. Okay. Nice. You got it. Everything. Okay. So, hedge funds that bet on falling share prices are stepping up their efforts to spot the next GameStop after this year's meme stock bonanza left the industry nursing billions of dollars in losses in just 6 months. So it's not a good year to be a short seller. That's for sure. Melvin Capital was the highest profile casualty, lost 53%. Imagine being like high and mighty hedge fund managing billions of dollars in assets and have these idiots start buying the stock, pushing the stock price up, and you bet on it going down, and you lose in over half of your value in a few months. It's embarrassing. You know, it's a lot of losses. But the thing is, Citadel, they have money to stay in the fight. Okay, let's be honest. Citadel Securities is what we're up against. They're the market maker and the hedge fund. So they make money on the liquidity, providing the liquidity, and also they make money on managing the liquidity. So it's like, I don't know. You know, Citadel is way bigger than Melvin Capital. In fact, Citadel bailed out Melvin Capital. It's a very fraudulent system, extremely fraudulent system. But I hope one day we'll, we might not win this this battle and war, but eventually we'll come out on top. And then maybe we do something radical. But it just really depends on the public sentiment. How much are people willing to invest time and money into it? And at what point do either side wave the white flag? That's the thing. Because it's hard. Okay, we're looking all right. Okay. I've lost 2,500 today. It's not easy. 2,000. All right, we gained 500. I've only lost 4,000 on the week. It's hard to see. Honestly, I think about selling, like, damn, I lost 4,000 this week. It's bullshit. But it's for the greater good. It's greater good. I'm not selling because you know what? If I sell my soul to the devil. That's plain and simple. If I sell out now, I'm down this week $3,000. That's a big hit. I ain't gotta like that, Citadel. I ain't gotta like that. But if I sell my soul to the devil. I think people do, not people should. A lot of people I know in the community have a lot of courage. We were riding the shit since January. Since January, when it was $5 a share. If you look back at the chart, this was it didn't start running until recently, really. The start of the run was, I can't share my screen on this thing. Hold on. The start of the run okay, now I can see it. Late May. Then we started killing it. Boom. Now, we starting to, kind of come down off that. But late May was when we started running. That was a month ago. Wasn't that long ago. You know what it was in late May? What the price was in late May? Look at it. May 24th, the price of AMC stock was $12. $12. $12. Now it's at $54. We're losing battles. Like we lost the battle today. $12 a month ago. $12 to $54. That's huge. So, what I look at is stagnation. So is the movement stagnant? Or is, increasing or decreasing? We're decreasing right now, to be honest. We're decreasing. But Fast and the Furious 9 is coming out, and I'm hyped about it. I know this stock is not trading based on fundamentals, but the fundamentals help create the interest. You got a lot of corruption in the market. That's what really the fight is about. I started off investing in AMC with like $2,000. Okay, to be honest, $2,000. Like, okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so I started really figuring out what it is about AMC stock that is appealing. And I started watching people like Trace Trades and other YouTubers, and I started researching. I'm like, man, this is not even about the stock. It's about the movement. This is about a movement. This is about Jews fighting against Nazis. It really is. At the end of the day, this is about a free market, a fair market. This is not about a stock making a quick buck off of. This is about fighting for a free and fair market. And the way we do this is by banding together, these same institutions bet against. Okay, so when you short sell, right? You take a position to where you think a price is unreasonable for a stock. Like AMC, for example. It was a struggling movie theater chain that had a lot of debt. COVID. You had COVID. No movie theaters were open. So these short sellers had positions where they're saying, we think the price of the stock is going to go down. which is logical, right? You have all these things working against it. The stock price is, yeah, it's going to go down for sure. Me being a logical man, I'd say sometimes I'm a logical man. But I'd say, yeah, stock's going to go down almost 100% of the time. That's not a problem, right? That's not a problem. As a short seller, if you think a business is weak, you establish what's called a short position on the business. I think it was like below $10 a share. So they established, a short position on the stock, which means that they they borrow the stock from the broker for whatever amount, right? $5, $10, whatever, sell it into the market. And people buy that stock, right? Short seller, people buy it. And then the value is supposed to go down on that security. So what they would do, they would buy back the share at a lower price to return it to the broker and keep the difference of what they bought it for and what, they sold it for. So what had happened was, is that the price didn't go down. That's okay. You take a short position, you expect the company to go down, that's fine. But what is really nefarious about the whole thing, what is really corrupt about it, is taking these a bunch of shares and just dumping it onto the market over and over and over and over again to drop the price, to get people to panic. You must, have a security at $18 or 20, let's say $20, call it a round number. You bet on the stock to go down, that's fine. Okay, do your thing, dump your shares, bet on it to go down, but don't just keep fucking piling shares on top of shares, borrowing shares, making the price plummet, artificially plummeting the price of this. That's what they're doing to us right now. It's artificial, they're borrowing millions of shares on AMC right now to dump into the market to suppress the price action. We get a certain level of price, we can't break past it, because what they do is they borrow the shares and they sell it. The sell pressure causes the price to drop, and it's artificial. It's not normal price action, and it's bullshit. It's total and utterly bullshit. So they get people to panic sell, and then what does that do? It drops the price even more. And then you get into a situation where eventually you get buried in the shorts, the short sells. Because they borrow a bunch of stock, dump it into the market, drop the price. Right now we got them cornered. We got them cornered because they took out. So they bet on AMC stock to go down at $10 or less a share. $10 or less a share. We went up to $50. So they're screwed. They're not screwed, but they keep, borrowing and borrowing and borrowing shares to try to get the price down. Let's take all these shares, dump them into the market, drop the price down, keep them, keep dumping them every day, every fucking day. They drop the price, trying to drop the price. Eventually, they got to pay up. Eventually. But it's very nefarious very corrupt, and in my opinion, they should all be in jail for sure because they get retail investors. The average Joe is going to sell. Okay, I've had enough. The price is dropping. I'm going to sell. But it's not us selling. It's not retail investors selling. It is these short sellers that keep borrowing stock. It's like having a car. All right, so I'm going to borrow this car. All right, and then the naked shorts too. Naked shorts, a whole nother level. So I'm borrowing the stock and I'm going to sell it. I don't even own the stock, but I'm going to borrow it and sell it, and cause a negative influence on the price. Criminal. I feel better. I got all that out. Baby, I think you're the only one in my room. I felt like I was in a big crowd.
No, since I go home, I get home, I open the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't? Did you see I was saying that Citadel's a market maker and like all yada yada yada?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
The hedge fund and the market maker? You saw that?
Yes, I heard that.
Okay, what do you think about that?
But I'm not that expert. I don't know why you asked me for my opinion on that case.
Oh, I just love you. All right, so I just love you, and I'm passionate about this stuff, and I I just feel like I have no voice. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I have no voice. All these people have these YouTube channels, and I look at these people, right, babe, and I'm like, man, they dance around everything. They don't say what is really going on because they're scared to, because of censorship and yada yada yada. But I know what's really going on. Like the stock market right now, the way it stands is a way for um, the rich to steal from us. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I like the stock market. I like looking at the charts and stuff.
Who's this guy? Kyle Andrew or something?
Who?
Kyle Albert?
No, I don't know him.
The guy who was commenting on the. Give me 1 second, babe, please.
He's commenting on the stream. That's good. I don't even see comments.
I'm listening.
You commented on the stream? I didn't see it.
Yes, I commented like 3 times.
Oh, you did? Babe?
Yes, baby, I comment.
I didn't see the comment.
Was it?
I said I didn't see the comment. I got to figure out where it is.
I comment 3 times.
I don't know where to get the comments at on this thing.
Well, first you need to learn, and you need to know how to handle YouTube.
No,
so
I
you
don't.
can see your messages.
No, babe, I don't. I'll figure it out on the way. That's the way to learn.
Okay.
Live chat. No, I don't care about looking like an idiot.
No, I'm not saying that, but I was on the YouTube thing and I was commenting. I did a comment too. And
What did you say?
because you were saying, "Oh, my girlfriend, she's about to be amazing." You were saying some stuff on me. I heard that.
Oh yeah? What did you hear?
Nothing.
It's all good, baby. What do you mean?
Well, what do you want me to tell you?
I love you.
Okay.
Okay. Jesus.
Well, I love you too.
Well, I love you too. I'm trying something different, okay?
Yeah, but you gotta do it like.
No, I don't have to be professional. This is not.
With some consciousness, babe.
No. Hell no. Babe, I'm not a professional human being unless I'm working.
I'm not saying you should be perfect, but at least you're going to do something like that and you want to have some audience and you want people to take you seriously, really talking about like investments and stuff like that.
Babe, that's not my style.
Okay.
Okay, I do say so.
Then don't ask me for my opinion. Well, you have 250 subscribers. Well, you have a lot of subscribers.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm not professional, babe. I know how to market. And what do they want to hear? You know, what do people want to hear? Computer programs, and I'll tell it like it is. This shit's corrupt. It's corrupt.
Yeah.
You know, what I was describing earlier is you got the player and the coach, the same person as the player and the coach. They're the player in the market, and then they're the coach. And I said, you know, the person that's supposed to be, the people that are supposed to be overseeing this bullshit,
Yeah.
the SEC, babe, this is all a rigged system, all corrupt.
Yeah, but you know that, baby. What I don't understand is why you like don't look for options. Like it's like going in circles and circles and circles and
No, I
like
think I should fight.
you saw that with elections. You saw like how that there is a very
Should I
corrupted.
just plug in, babe, and just tuck my ass? Should I just, you know, should I just tuck my ass and look the other way, babe? Huh? I can't. I can't do it, babe. I can't tuck my ass and look the other way. I want to fight.
I'm not saying that.
That's what you're asking me to do.
No, I'm asking you to like. Never mind.
No, this whole world is just designed to keep us controlled. It really is, babe. We're never going to have anything unless you fight for what is, you know, what you can. You know, you got to fight for what you can fight for.
Yeah.
Everything is suppressed. Everything.
Uh-huh.
So how can we? I mean, how can we beat it? You know, like I don't know. But it's, babe, it's all corrupt.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can hear you. Hello?
Yeah, babe.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. You eating?
No, I'm not eating.
Yeah, you are. What are you eating?
I'm just cutting some mangoes for my mom.
Okay.
Because
Why?
she does it, get together every Friday with her aqua fitness friends.
Okay. How you doing?
Oh, hanging there.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why are you so? Ah.
Because I'm tired of everybody. I'm tired, like, I don't know.
I am too, babe.
Oh, really? You're tired of me for being the most fucking amazing girl that you ever had?
Babe, I knew I wanted to marry you a long time.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Quit doing your bullshit. Well,
Don't talk to me like that.
babe, I love you.
Hello?
I said I love you, babe.
Oh, I love you too. You were waking up.
Well, you're my. I'm gonna end the stream because nobody's looking.
Oh, and everybody's like listening, know what you're saying to me. Nice.